Can you explain a bit about competitive coding, like how it is different from a traditional coding? Like, what would you suggest someone to either go with the DSA part or go with the development part, like doing web development or like anything?
Yeah, I would suggest keep a balance of both. So we need the computer programming skills as well as some kind of the technology skills, like a basic software skills. We need that too. So, but I would suggest keep more weightage to the computer programming only, and try to solve at least go from the easy questions first. CGPA do matter for campus placements. Like we used to have some threshold for a few companies. So few companies have a higher threshold and few companies have a lower threshold. It depends. Yeah. So at least, yeah. So the good enough GPA really matters in the college placements, and yeah. Amazon is benefit, and startup also in a way. If you want to learn something in a short period of time, I would suggest you to join a startup, because you learn much more things in startup if you have that scope. Yeah. So yeah, startup could have a little bit edge towards learning, but
I talk about for a general student and an average student who does not know anything about coding, just starting in the first year of college or only. So, how much time it will take for an average student to prepare him for DSA part? Like Amazon, they see your college also. The college matters when applying for off campus.
Want to crack Amazon from the bachelor's, I think I would suggest you to have this thing from the beginning itself.
What specific things Amazon see in your resume? How should I prepare it, and like what it should be the statement of purpose and all. So like how difficult is to for someone coming from a tier 3 college, and that too from in India only. How difficult it for him to grab a foreign job, foreign placement? Hello everyone, my name is Aryan and I welcome you all to my podcast, The Whisper Link. Today we have Sumanth with us. He is currently working in Amazon USA. In this podcast, he is going to share his journey from Tier 3 college to Amazon USA. Thank you, Sumanth, for joining us for this podcast.
Yeah. Pleasure is mine, Aryan. So hi everyone. I'm Sumanth. Yeah. Okay.
Like starting with your journey, like I just want to know, like before getting into college, do you have any coding background or you are just a rookie, don't know anything about coding and all?
Before joining Beat Bachelors, I have literally no coding knowledge at all. I've started the proper coding from the B.Tech first year itself. Yeah, I don't have any previous experience with coding.
So like starting in the college, how do you start with the coding? Like first you focus on DSA or like development part. What is it?
Yeah, I mean, so we used to have a Python course in the beginning itself. So it's very basic course, and it have all the basic kind of if else or for loop, and yeah, the basic stuff course, and that really helped. And also the projects, building the projects also helped the coding skills good actually. And yeah, that's it. I mean, since the Bennett have the like coding what do you call subjects from the beginning itself, the lab assignments and everything, so that really helped us. Yeah.
Like how do you started with the DSA part and now? Because this is the first
D-
most important thing generally we see in a bank company.
yes. So DSA, I started DSA like from the BTech second year summer. So I didn't do much lead code in the beginning itself. I just tried to like understand things, like understand code, how things work, rather than directly going to the complex problems. I've just gone step by step. So I've started in BTech second year to just know the what is competitive programming. Actually, the normal program is different from competitive programming to the complete, because there are many factors, right, in competitive programming, like times, complexity, space, complexity, and everything. So I just got to know everything, all these details in my second year ending, And slowly, yeah, I've gone. I mean, I've been on and off for the lead code, not completely dedicated to lead code. But yeah, third year, I've just once in a while I used to do. And yeah, fourth year, of course, for the placements, I since the COVID happened, I got much time in for COVID in my home, and then yeah, I've prepared. Uh, yeah, the lead code. So lead code is one which I did for my placements.
Can you explain a bit about competitive coding, like how it is different from a traditional coding? Like,
Yeah, I mean, competitive programming has a lot of factors rather than traditional. Traditional, I mean, the competitive programming we tend to deal more with the rather than syntax or rather than anything, rather language or anything. We'll focus on the uh, having the efficient code in the program itself. So the like for suppose time complexity or space complexity, or yeah, these kind of things matter a lot in this competitive programming. And also the speed. First thing is the speed, the how much speed you do a program. Like the interview will be on of 1 hour or 30 minutes, so in that speed could you able to do that particular question? That should be the case. So we have to set a timer for that. And yeah, just practice. That's it. That's the only thing we can do.
why is it so
Yeah.
why there is so much of hype about competitive programming in India especially? We saw that most of the students are running with the competitive coding because they want to just get taken. Why so much of hype?
Regarding the competitive programming, you mean that?
Yeah, regarding the competitive programming, why so much hype in India?
Yeah, basically, competitive programming will actually make us think in that logical way to tackle a problem, to tackle a given problem. Like, uh, to tackle if there's any particular issue, the way which we should proceed in a the way the procedure should be an efficient way in all the ways, right? If we want to solve any problem, then lead code, I mean, competitive programming really helps you in going into that particular efficient direction. So you need in any job, you need these skills. The first and foremost skill you need in any like software field or any field is the logical thinking, and how can you like tackle a problem. That's what you need, right? So that's the basic thing all the companies look for a candidate. So yeah, that's the reason the competitive programming is really demanding.
So how did you cope up with peer is not so good in your college because since we are not from a good college. So how did you manage to do coding by yourself? How do you get that motivation that yeah you have to do coding? Because generally in private college we saw that most of the students are not so much aware of serious about their career. So how did you keep yourself motivated to yeah I have to go with my journey?
Yes. So I mean, I didn't do much in my B.Tech days also, to be honest. The thing, the when the I did start my proper coding skills in my fourth year itself. So the fourth year is where I've started the full-fledged competitive programming. So I would say, or rather than starting in the fourth year, you could have started in B.Tech second year or even first year itself. It's no hard in doing the coding whenever. See, it's just building the interest. And uh, you when you solve by one, and you'll gain motivation and you'll gain interest in that, and you'll find exciting the problems also. Then I think yeah, that really helps us in this thing. And talking about myself, yeah, I did computer programming in between the B.Techs, but yeah, full-fledged is only in the B.Tech fourth year. Yeah, that's it.
So, like in competitive programming or like in a DSA part, I often listen from like some of the YouTubers or like teachers who are specifically into the DSA. They often suggest that you shouldn't go with the dynamic programming because generally in companies interviews they don't ask you about the dynamic programming. So, is it true?
Dynamic programming, not I mean, nothing like that. See, recursions and dynamic programming are the must in any companies. Dynamic programming, you do. I mean, it's not that there's nothing that this can't be asked and this not cannot be asked. Just be thorough in every concept. Just be thorough in every area you can. So that's what we learn.
So like if I'm as a student, I'm starting with my first year. What would you suggest
Mm.
someone to either go with the DSA part or go with the development part, like doing web development or like anything?
Yeah, I would suggest keep a balance of both. So, so we need the computer programming skills as well as some kind of the technology skills, like a basic software skills. We need that too. So, but I would suggest keep more weightage to the computer programming only, and try to solve at least go from the easy questions first in from the lead code, and try to solve few questions in the weekends or some whenever you get time. So even if you like do one sum in a day, that would be more than enough, because 1 year you can do like 365 sums. You know, that's more, because you're still in first year. Yeah, that would be fine. If you, at least you can do one sum before you go to bed, then that will be really helpful for you in having the thorough this thing. And the other things you can learn easily. I mean, not yeah. Other thing can be learned fast, or any technology. So once you got the base properly, like once you build your base properly, then on top of it, any technology can work. You know, whether Python or C sharp or anything. So the first and foremost thing you should know is how to code properly in an efficient way. So if you build that logical thinking process to think, then yeah, any technology you can easily handle. Yeah, I would suggest to have a little bit bias towards the computer programming, and parallelly have the knowledge of the technology as well. Yeah.
Is there any way for a student who is looking to get placed in a top company to skip the DSA part of competitive coding?
Yes, they we do have. So this SD roles have the competitive program. I mean, if I talk about Amazon terms, SD or software engineer have the this thing computer programming interview rounds. Other roles like BA, business analyst, or data analyst, or yeah, like this. So they don't have computer programming, but they have the technology specific questions. So like in Python, or the libraries, or regarding a scenario based questions, like that. Yeah, multiple companies have various kinds of questions. So yeah, they do have, we have the positions apart from I mean the ones which are not needed regarding computer programming.
So like if
Yeah.
someone like since there's so much hype about AI and all, if someone looking to get into the as a role of ML engineer, so do you think like DSA is a necessity for him or
ML engineer is a whole different thing now. So DSA do is a yeah. And for ML engineer, yeah, they do ask DSA. Along with that, they ask multiple things like regarding machine learning libraries, or yeah, this thing. I mean, yeah. But the mostly it will be on the machine learning kind of things rather than computer programming. But the in general SDE roles or software engineer roles, they go in depth regarding these things, regarding the yeah, DSA questions.
if I specifically ask you like, so what are the technology you prepared for before, like in college only, like in fourth year? What are the technology you learn in computer science?
Okay, in my bachelor's, I've learned Python. Uh, yeah, Python and Java I know, but not much. I've learned Java in my fourth year internship. Much like fourth year, I've did an internship, and I've learned backend Java and Spring Boot. There, I've learned my Java, Spring Boot, and cloud. I've started in my internship basically. So yeah, Python, and also I've did some machine learning projects in my bachelor's in Python, and yeah, these are technologies I've learned in my bachelor's, and yeah. So I would suggest internships, and yeah, let's talk about internship. Maybe you have any questions or something like that. But yeah, internship do matter really if you want to have the experience, in industrial experience. Yeah.
Yeah, like getting into the internship part and all. I just want to know like what are the generally it happen ki, if someone is looking for a placement in a top company and all like that. Generally, we suggest a student to go with the C++ or like Java part first. So, should you suggest someone to go with the these language like C++ or Java first, or he should go with the Python only as their first language?
Uh, it depends. You can, I mean, Python is a syntax friendly, as you know that. But if you want to learn the object oriented way of coding, I would suggest you to learn Java itself, because yeah, Java really helps you in having a code structure and properly. And yeah, it really, so if you can do Java, I think, yeah, I mean, actually that's not technology specific, but I would, for my personal, I would recommend Java for you to start with, and then maybe you can go to Python and know more about the Python libraries. And yeah.
So do you think like CGPA matters for the placement? Off campus placement.
Yes, of campus placement. Yeah, I mean, CGPA do matter for campus placements. Like, uh, we used to have some threshold for a few companies. So few companies have a higher threshold, and few companies have a lower threshold. It depends. Yeah. So at least, yeah. So the good enough GPA really matters in the college placements, and yeah, it do matters for college placements.
Like you talk about the internship part and all. Would you suggest someone to like go go and find an internship in first year of college only, or he or she should focus on their skills first in first year only?
First year, yeah, you can, if you just want to have the knowledge, exposure, and everything, you can try for first year internship. But I would really suggest, if you can get the good internship in the B.Tech second year itself, in the second year summer, or or even the third year summer, then it will really helpful for you before you get a chance to sit in the placements in the fourth year. So that experience, the internship which you do in your summer, really does matter in your placements, as well as your knowledge in the technology, technical skills, and also like how do our organizations work. I mean, it's very different from our college projects, right? So yeah, you'll get to know about everything. So I would suggest, yeah, it's good to have in B.Tech first year itself. But if you don't get in B.Tech first year, because many people don't get internships in first year itself, right? So you can try in second or third year itself, to third year also. But yeah, yeah, just try for internships. That's
I specifically asked about this question only about the internship in first year of college. This reason that even today, a student from a B.Tech CSE background also doing a internship in like role as a digital marketer, as a like a social media marketer and all, and they create a mindset that they are doing a internship. But the real thing is that if you are doing the internship in these role, it's not going to help you in your future placement. I think I'm right. Like, doing a non-technical
it.
internship won't give you any benefit in your placement in future.
Mm, nothing. No. I mean, non-tech people do non-tech internships. I can understand. Uh, yeah, if you want a proper SD kind of roles and everything, then it's better to have a technical, which have the proper coding, or at least some analysis or something related to your core field. Internship would be much better than the non-technical ones.
If there is one question like students generally ask is, should you do internship in a top startup? Like if I talk basically about a startup called OpenAI, or like you should go with the doing internship in a company, top company like Google, Amazon, and all. What would you suggest?
Uh, Internship. I mean, I mean, the startup companies actually have the uh, you know, you get to do many things in a startup, not just your task, or not just the particular thing. So in startup, they'll you I mean, you'll be having exposure of multiple things, and also the end-to-end process will be known for you. But in a big companies like Amazon or Microsoft or something, so it's like scalability. The more they talk about the scalability, and these things are the more important there, over there, rather than any, yeah, having all the knowledge. The thing which you do should be scalable, or should be, yeah, because they have made millions of customers, right? Yeah, in that way, Amazon is benefit. And startup also, in a way, if you want to learn a something in a short period of time, I would suggest to you to join a startup, because you learn much more things in startup, uh, if you have that scope. Yeah. So yeah, startup could have a little bit edge towards learning, but yeah, it depends on the pay and everything, right? Yeah. So I would say, yes, if you want to learn much things, then startup would be great for you to start with.
Would you suggest someone to be focusing on a foreign internship if already have a plan to do is a placement in India only? Like he don't want to go foreign, but should he go with a foreign internship?
For an internship, okay. I mean, yeah, you can go. You can get exposure to that things, and the project and the research work. How does it go? And I mean, across the globe and everything, you'll have an exposure, and also, yeah, you'll get some. Mm, if the project is really seems interesting, then I would say definitely go and do a try, because yeah, well, not now, maybe if later also, it will be helpful for sure. If you think about the long term tenure, yeah, I would suggest you just if you get a chance, then just try to go for the internships abroad also. I mean, again, it depends on the this thing also, the money wise also, but if you can afford it, then just try it.
Because I just asked this question because reason is that if you are getting a foreign internship and your plan are to not to go abroad after your completion of graduation, undergraduation. So if you are getting a pre-placement offer from a company, then it will also from for a foreign country. So you don't get benefit of pre-placement offer. So that's a negative point, I believe.
So you're saying that if you go to a foreign internship, then you don't get a placement offer or something?
Yeah, if you're going for a foreign internship, you are getting a pre-placement offer, but that for a abroad, not for India.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it depends again. Sometimes it's a disadvantage in terms of that thing. But in general, also in general speaking, the internship which you do in abroad or somewhere, so that does matter even in your resume also. It adds a good weightage in your resume as well, if I would suggest. But yeah, it depends on the person as well. So yeah.
Earlier, it is believed that if you are applying for a SGO, having a web development knowledge and app development knowledge is a necessity. But now it's changed that if you are applying for a SGO, then having a knowledge of ML, machine learning, app development is necessary. Machine learning is added to the SG roles also. So is it true? Or is just a hype or myth?
Okay. There are technology specific roles and there are new grad roles in every company. I mean, almost in any like MNCs or in any product based companies. Yeah. So the technology, the ones which you're talking about are the technology specific roles like machine learning or Java developer or backend developer or iOS developer or Android developer, all the technology specific roles. So for that, of course, you need to have a good projects related to that specific technologies. But in general, just the DSA, purely the DSA is the only thing we need to learn to crack the interviews. It would crack any interviews, as well as uh, along with the DSA, you need to have a behavior questions also. So like Amazon, speaking about Amazon, so it have the both DSA type and as well as the behavior type of questions in the interview. So these two are the important things. And technology wise, if you speak, yeah, if you're good at machine learning projects and if you did some research work or if you published any papers and you want to just go into the machine learning, like for example, yeah, if you want to go to just machine learning science towards that, then yeah, you can try for the role specific machine learning specific jobs, and yeah, just try to apply it. Yeah.
You just talk about the DSM part also. So if I talk about for a general student, an average student who does not know anything about coding, just starting in the first year of college or okay. So how much time it will take for an average student to prepare it again for DSA part? Like to reach that
Deal.
level of cracking the placement?
Okay. Um. Yeah. So at least it would take like 3 months for sure to have a good knowledge in to have a grip of the computer programming. Just yeah, 3 months would be good enough for solving questions. Yeah, just spend your summer vacation. Yeah, since you have a summer holidays, right? Just yeah, you can do a lead code for few. For you can spend some time for the lead code and just yeah, 3 months should be fine for your computer programming and then yeah, see, that's a minimum thing. And then how much problems you how difficult problems you solve, and then uh, the knowledge you'll be having is better. And yeah, yeah.
Would you suggest some any course for DSA part which you followed and you
DSA, DSA, I didn't follow any particular course. So I would suggest you to uh, do the lead code thing. So the lead code have the very good this thing, bunch of questions and variations of questions and everything. So I would suggest to start from 75. Blind 75 are the popular bunch of questions. So after you do the blind 75, so blind 75 covers every topic of the question. So yeah, blind center you can follow, and also you can have the 125 list of neat code, NEET neat code, the neat code 125 questions. So even they have a good bunch of 125 questions. And so yeah, so I do follow YouTube channel called Neat Code and Free Coding Camp. So these two YouTube channels I do follow for DSA. So they are really good for DSA. And yeah, just lead code. And so the most the also in lead code we have the most upvoted solutions, right? Even that really helps us and understanding the whole idea. Yeah, even that helps most upvoted solutions in the lead code itself. And yeah, nowadays I use ChatGPT also. So I use ChatGPT for helping me to think in that direction and to help me in how to approach a particular questions. Yeah, you can ask questions like how do I know this, and yeah, it generally gives fine. It solves a good DSA questions, at least yeah, few. So yeah, you can use ChatGPT as well in having the knowledge of this thing.
so like there's some very popular competitive programming contests like ICPC and many or in general like organized by Flipkart, Microsoft. Do you think like participating in these event will give you an upper edge over others in placement? Yeah, one benefit is that they are giving you a chance to practice your knowledge and all, to test your knowledge. But is there any benefit if you like won or like write it in your resume?
Yes, yes, yes. It definitely matters. So also, I mean, having that in resume which will be benefited for sure. But also, the most important thing is gaining network, having the network, and if you need to market yourself, yeah, right? So instead of someone searching for you, you need to market yourself. So it's a best platform for you to showcase your skills or I mean, yeah, to tell your capabilities and express your strengths, right? So I would suggest you to just go on to every hackathon you can and any competitions you can. It really adds much thing in your thing. And also talking about the resume, yeah, you can just uh, yeah, it adds up. Like you can just maybe LinkedIn also you can get a network through that competition and everything. Yeah, it really helps for you.
Before we are completely moving to our like Amazon interview part. So just before moving on, I just want to know why do you choose to go with the masters? Like you are really interested in doing master. You were like getting a good placement is only possible through masters.
I mean, for masters, I had the masters option before, but I didn't completely fixed going masters. But I think I've decided in my fourth year, in my third year summer vacations. So that's when I've decided to go to masters. And then yeah, so the reason behind is yeah, I got pretty good offers in the this thing also in this also. But also it depends, like if you can afford masters, and also if you can if you have the talent, or if you have the confidence to uh, do the master, I mean, not do the doing the masters, if you have the confidence to having to going further in your career, and to have the what upper hand. So also the cutting edge technologies, I mean, the technologies which we do it, I mean, nowadays every country, I mean, also every company or every this thing have the good the on par with global standards only. But in general speaking, so the USA here, the companies, the technologies they use here, so it's really like the opportunities I felt when I came are really uh, much higher here for getting a good uh, package or good salary. And yeah, the regarding the yeah, these two things affect, I mean, made me to come to USA to the beginning. And also yeah, I mean, yes, the also, of course, I mean, you earn much money here compared to India. And yeah, it depends on personal choice, but I prefer to come to masters for my career.
So from where did you like done your masters?
I did my masters in George Mason University. It's in Virginia. Yeah.
So like moving to the Amazon part, if I am a third year student or maybe a second year student, what should be my roadmap? Like in which year I should start applying for the placement? Because generally it takes like 1 year to complete your procedure, and generally students start applying for placement in third year and or mid.
Okay, you're talking about the bachelor's.
Yeah, specifically bachelors.
Okay, if you want to crack Amazon in from the bachelor's, I think I would suggest you to have the this thing from the beginning itself, because it's not like you can crack. It's not like having no knowledge till the B.Tech third year and just starting from the fourth year itself. That should not be the case. But yeah, if you have the concepts from the beginning itself, really helpful. Uh, and just start from today itself. Just it's never too late. Yeah, you can start whenever it's possible. But yeah, it's better to start before only. And also, the consistency is the key for anything. So be consistent in whatever you do, whatever problem you solve. So just have the consistency in solving the questions in lead code, and that's the only way we can crack the interviews like this. And yeah, the India Amazon interview standards are really high. So yeah, I think, I'm not sure regarding the Amazon in India, but maybe it'll have like four to five rounds, I guess so. Yeah, so yeah, just you should have a solid in DSA. Yeah.
So, like, if I talk about the placement, like application part, when did the application mainly starts? Like, in which month we can expect to uh, applications role start? Like,
uh, in India or in masters?
in India or USA, like both.
Okay. In India, I don't remember. I don't really remember in India, because it's been many three couple of years. I think it's in it started pretty early. The Amazon started in the month of October, I guess. So I don't remember much. But yeah, Amazon usually starts early, and even the masters also. Like so for it'll for in order to join to crack the interview, I've started my application from July itself. So okay, the thing is, I should share you one thing. So yeah, I searched for the Amazon positions in July itself. So my second year of my masters. So after I did my first year, then I have summer vacations, and then in July I've applied for Amazon full time. But I've cracked the online assessment, but due to the recession kind of thing in August, they've abruptly stopped the interview process. They told me that since the higher freezing happened, so we can't hire new members, and then yeah, it's not solved. So that way I couldn't go into that. But usually people in masters start applying from the beginning of the second year itself. So that's
So, like, if I'm starting with a placement offer and all, like application procedure, so what should be included in my resume? Like, what specific things Amazon see in your resume? How should I prepare it, and like, should be the statement of purpose and all?
Yeah. So the resume building, for any company, not just Amazon, for any new grad software engineer role, uh, I would say, okay, not just new grad. So what I did is to have a multiple resumes, not just one. So one for the new grad software engineer role, and and the one and couple of things for my technology specific resume. So the one which I did for Amazon is my in general software engineer resume. So that should have your all the good projects you have, the best projects you have in your career, in your profile. Just put that in your resume, not everything, the only the best of the projects you have in your this thing. And also have the good keywords. The keywords are the most important things in your resume, because Amazon have a system. I mean, not Amazon, every company have the ATS
Yeah.
tool, which in general they use to filter the resumes out. But yeah, yeah. So the keyword really does matter to have a one step ahead of passing the ATS thing. So I would suggest to have a good keywords in the software development field, like unit testing or CI/CD, or yeah, those kind of keywords. You can just research regarding that things and try to include the keywords in your projects in the resume only. Also, the resume should incline like it should be having the ones with which are in the job responsibilities as well. So the job description which you apply for, it should correlate with your resume. That's a major thing you need to have, because people usually tend to apply the same resume for any this thing, right, company, right? At least have a specific companies, have a target of a few specific companies. So those target is the main thing you should do. So if you target few specific companies, then have the efforts in changing a bit, tuning a bit your resume as well. So in that way, you'll be having a slight edge towards others. I mean, you might be the best among everyone, but if you don't have the related skills which they want, that's not useful for them, right? So you need to have the ones related to the job responsibilities. And yeah, that should be fine. And also, yeah, research for any good templates. What should be the good template, yeah, for this thing, I mean, for a resume, and have a time, what do you call, this one also, proper syntax and proper everything. And yeah, just don't make any mistake in your resume. Just try to avoid as many mistakes. So your resume should be a crystal clear, perfect resume. You can't make a mistake or spellings or any grammatical mistakes in your resume, because that really causes very bad impression among the managers and hiring managers. So just have a perfect error-free resume. And yeah, that's all. That should be fine for you. Good enough. And yeah, also, I mean, yeah, have a good technologies. Have a good projects in your resume. That projects are the most important thing you need to have. And yeah, you can just mention your skills, but rather than mentioning the skills, have the projects, or just make a justification to your skills. Like what skills you have mentioned, make a justification of that by having the projects related to that skills. So in that way, you'll be uh, you'll be portrayed good in among the managers. Yeah.
One mistake students generally make while making their resume is that they put so many skills in their resume, like some skills which are not they are proficient in, and it may generally lead them to the trouble because interview is going to ask you. a question from your every skill you have written on the resume. So this is the major mistake students generally make. So what are your review on these points?
Yeah, I mean, even okay, if you don't know any technology and you put in a resume, try to learn that technology at least. So at least be prepared whenever you get the interview, right? So just to conclude, I mean, I'm just saying that be thorough to handle any questions regarding your resume, regarding any end, whether it be a small word which you mentioned in your resume, even that can lead to 10 questions in the interview, that small word. So be thorough in any word you put in your resume. And yeah, you can put a new technology which you don't know, but try to learn that technology and be prepared before the interview. Yeah.
So what are your projects you put in your Amazon resume? Like any specific project which really
Yeah.
helped you?
Yes. So for my Amazon interview, before joining, I mean, so this is a contract position, which is employer is called People Tech Group. That's my employer, and Amazon is my client. So I work for Amazon as a contractor right now, right? So before joining Amazon, I used to work at in a healthcare project. That is a POC project for the Washington State government. So that project, I kept that project in my resume, the healthcare project, and also I've kept my internship experience, which is my in my fourth year. I did my I did an 4 months internship uh, in a startup, and that's in backend Spring Boot. That project I put it. And in my master's, I did some machine learning related project, which is a research kind of thing. And yeah, these three are the projects I've put in my resume. And yeah, that's so basically have the best projects in your resume rather than having more projects. Have the best ones in your resume, and the one which correlates to that job responsibilities, or the job description. So which relates to the job description, have the work, I mean, your projects related to that ones only.
Can your resume have 2 pages, like, or you have to like concise it to only 1 page?
Uh, yeah. So generally, resume only should be having 1 page. I would also suggest you to have 1 page only. But if you feel like, if you genuinely feel like I should put more information, and then you can go to 2 pages as well. But yeah, try to wrap it up in 1 page. That would be helpful for you. Yeah.
Do you think like that while reviewing your resume by like a HR of Amazon, they see your college also? The college matters when applying for off campus.
Mm, yes. I mean, it doesn't matter completely. Up to some extent, it does matter. Uh, if you talk about masters really college for Amazon kind of things maybe matters. I'm not sure, but in general, colleges, I mean, in general, hiring managers doesn't look for college, but the skills and the projects which are doing that only matters more. But anyways, if you are in a good college, and you'll be having a more impression, you might having this slight more impression of handling, unless it's a top Ivy League colleges. It makes an impression. If you're in a decent, good enough college, then every other college is the same thing. But if you're in a good Ivy League, a good proper, really competitive college, then yeah, it really does matter. It really helps you.
So like how difficult is to for someone coming from like a tier 3 college and that too from in India only? How difficult it for him to grab a foreign job, foreign placement, like in Amazon USA now?
Okay. For It's not about tight. Oh yeah, yeah. College does matter for cracking. I mean, yeah. If you talk about the tier three, it's not like tier three students can't do or can't crack an Amazon or can't crack a top based companies. But it just depends on the consistency and the efforts you put for a particular period of time. So yeah, so just try to do the lead code and try to practice a lot in DSA, and yeah, no, have the good behavior type of questions, and yeah, just you can definitely crack the interviews in the top product based companies, yeah, like Amazon or in any company.
How would you manage your like failures? Because generally in off campus, reply rate from a company of getting an interview call is very less. Like generally, student, I think out of 50, you may get a one or two interview call. So
Yes,
how do you
yeah.
cope up with that? Because sometimes get so demotivating that you just want to leave everything.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I know because even I've searched for, because you know the recession, right? So here, so it's so yeah, I didn't find a job for few couple of months also. So the thing we should focus on is have the process. I mean, make it as a habit rather than uh, don't take it as a work to do. Make it as a habit to apply for the jobs or to have the preparation or anything. The habit, the mindset should be changed. Like it's a habit. It's not a something work kind of thing. And also, yeah, we do get a lot of rejections. That's pretty common in any like software field you go. So yeah, to tackle those things, I mean, I would suggest you to just keep on applying. That's the only thing we can do. Keep on applying and just stay. I mean, yeah, stay consistent in your applying to the jobs, and also yeah, enjoy the process. To be honest, enjoy the process and just make it as a lifestyle. Make it as a habit rather than a work. That's all I can suggest. And yeah, you can definitely, you'll have a chance maybe one day. A good role ends up on you. So yeah, just try to apply as many as you can. Just have a consistency is the thing. It's not like one day you do all the application, like hundreds of application, and then you sit idle for the whole week. Then that doesn't make any sense, right? At least if you can apply 20 applications or 30 applications, or even 50 applications per day, that would really maybe you can reach up to 350 per week. That's really more this thing. So try to apply as many as you can and also be consistent every day. That's the only thing we can do.
So what was your
Yeah.
procedure at Amazon interview? Like how long it take to properly get them interviewed, and how many rounds are there?
So I have 3 rounds in my Amazon interview. So all the three are purely DSA questions and also leadership questions. So yeah, the first round I was having this 1 hour interview. So I got two questions, two uh, lead code type. I mean, not lead code type, but one is medium kind of thing and one is hard kind of question. Uh, in the interview, and also I got two leadership kinds of questions. So Amazon have this leadership principles, like they have 17 leadership principles which they ask questions on. So the 17 leadership questions, they ask like uh, two questions regarding that leadership, and remaining two questions are the coding questions, half an hour and half an hour for each question. This is my first round. And my second round after this is a manager round. So the manager asked me one coding question, a lead code type, hard type question, one coding question, and one leadership question. This the manager asked me, and the next interview is asked by another SDE. That is also 1 hour round, and that's also same like first round only. Just two coding and two leadership questions. So in total, I got like five, yeah, five coding questions and five coding questions and five leadership questions. So total of 3 rounds.
So biggest problem
Yeah.
is that is not coming with a solution to the question you are given in the interview. But the problem is that how you can come with the idea of making it more optimized. because generally interviewer want to get the most optimized question from you. So how do you tackle
Yes.
that situation? Because generally it become very difficult to come up with very optimized solution when someone was sitting in front of you, just
Yes.
giving you pressure from back end and all. So how do you tackle that?
Yes. Yes. So the first thing is just practice. Have a timer in the lead code or in any platform you work on. Have the timer fixed, and then start to solve the problem in that fixed time itself. So that way you could increase your speed and increase the your mind gets prepared to solve a question in that particular time. If not, then you'll go hours and hours and hours, maybe. Yeah, that, so the timer should be fixed in order to solve a problem. And the logical thinking, the if you want to approach a problem, you need to know the how the things work, and how what's the in general process, like how to work. So for that, I would suggest to just practice in the lead code itself. So just practice. So practice as much as you can, so that if you practice all different varieties of questions, you might at least get somewhere related to that question only in your question, not exact question, at least related to that, the one which you practiced earlier. So in that way, you can, if you solve as many type of questions, not do I mean, also in lead code, do not solve a repeated question multiple times. Or I mean you can solve depend, but mainly focus on the variety of questions. So different type of questions like arrays or strings or graphs or queues. Just be thorough in any topic, every topic. So the question might be from any topic. So there are particular template based questions, like sliding window type question in arrays, or yeah, memoization in DP. So there are particular methods which you have to approach for any type of question. Just identify those methods, identify those things, have the patterns. So these things you'll get to learn where if you practice more kind of questions. So maybe as soon as you see a question, you understand that, okay, this is a DP question, or this is a graph question. Now in graph question, uh, how to you'll start thinking in that direction also, like how to solve it in a graph kind of thing. That really helps you. And yeah, just be thorough in any every kind of a data structure, so that you'll be able to get into the right approach. And if you talk about the pressure from the interviewer, I mean, you'll be having a lot of stress or lot of pressure while having the interview, right? So to handle with that, I would suggest just have the mock interviews, as many as you can. Mock interviews really helps you in having a person in front of you and solving a question, rather than you just sitting by yourself and solving the lead code. So that way, having the mock interviews really helps you in cracking the interview. And also, there's a yeah, just have the mock interviews with your friends or someone. So just ask or a seasoned or a full-time developer or someone. So just, yeah, do as much as mock interviews and as much as lead code you can. That should be enough for cracking any interview, not just Amazon. Yeah, just any interview. But yeah, just be consistent in anything. Just maybe have a mock interview for every 15 days or every 1 month, so that you also can know the progress and the feedback you get from the mock interviews. That really helps you your strengths and your weaknesses. So that if in a real interview, it won't be a new thing for you. It's just you can just feel like it's another mock interview which you need to give. In that way, you can able to reduce the stress in the interviews. So yeah, mock interviews really helps you in dealing that thing.
So that was a very detailed explanation. Thank you for that. So since we know that the recession is going on, last year also there was a recession, placement was not good in colleges, and
Mm.
maybe this year also we can't expect that much placement from the colleges, and companies are not hiring that much. So what would you suggest someone like a student who is just going to be uh, uh, trying to get placement, what skills are necessary, how he can get ahead of curve so that he can get a placement.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know the times are really bad nowadays because before, how it used to be is, even if you do 80% or 70% or 60% good in interviews, people used to hire. People used to take like this. Okay, this man can learn. He have the good proper base solid skills. So, but right now in the current market situation, you need to be 90 or even 100% great in the interviews. So that's how they are looking for best of the best. They are looking for the best of the best. So yeah, you should be much ahead of many people. That's how your mindset should be right now. So yeah, I would say just don't waste much time. Just be thorough in anything, and also have a good circle in front of you, not just yeah, if you have a good surrounding, if you have a good uh, circle for you, or if you have students having the similar mindset of your things and have that passion things, so definitely you learn much things from them and you teach much things to them. In this way your mindset also tunes automatically tunes in a competitive thing, this thing. So having a good friends and circle also matters in that. So just try to be consistent, and yeah, just be on top of everyone. That's what I can say, because nowadays it's really hard days for any techno software developer or to crack an interview. Or if you see the interview chance is very less. Getting an interview call is chances became very less. If you get an interview call, just don't leave it. Just don't make it go away from your hand, because yeah, it's a rare thing you got it, and you need to use that interview definitely for sure. So just be prepared whenever you get an interview. So it's not like the market is hard, so I'll just relax right now. So the interview call might get any time from anywhere. You don't know, so you must be prepared at any time. Even in this point, are you prepared for if you get an interview right now, right, in this particular minute. So that's how your mindset should be. And yeah, just be prepared anytime. Yeah, luck, maybe luck one day falls into you and you'll get an interview call, and then yeah, just crack the interview.
So one thing which we generally often talk about in off-campus placement is reference. So how because getting through the referral will really help you out getting a interview call and all. So how should someone contact anyone to get referral? Because as a Amazon, you are working in Amazon. Why would you give a referral to someone from
Yeah.
your perspective?
Okay. So referral, yeah. So in general, referrals, how I mean, if you want to ask a referral to someone, the good approach will be a LinkedIn. Of course, the only main thing is LinkedIn. Also in LinkedIn, if you make a connection to someone, you can just have one paragraph of yourself and a resume. Just don't put hi or hello or something like that. Just put a in detail of your description, your work experience, and everything. Even if you do put that, you usually people will be much busy, right? So people generally watch that, and maybe he can't find time. So just rather than just sending it to many people, have a few people in your mind who are the best for you, and try to, even if they don't respond to you for like a week or maybe 2 weeks, you can wait, and then maybe you can again ask them again, so that they'll have in a mind that, oh, this guy asked me before, I he also asked me now, maybe he's some looking for me something, I should really helpful, I should be helpful for him. That will be mindset of him. So I would suggest you to wait for couple of maybe 1 2 weeks, then if you can, yeah, just try to reach him out again. And if it works, it works, then it can't.
Is there any way for a student who is looking to get placed in a top company to skip the DSA part of competitive coding?
Yes, we do have. Will you know first? Just try to get a referral from the close circle as you can. If you can't get that, then try for LinkedIn. Then try for different people to have the referral. But first, I would suggest to start with your own circle itself.
Like getting a reference from from someone who is in the in your alumni network, like from your college only, is much easier as compared to getting a referral from someone who is like complete stranger to you. No, in general
Yeah.
category.
Yeah, I mean, if you know that person, definitely, yeah, But also, as an alumni, yeah, you'll be having a slight edge in getting the referral. But yeah,
So I believe like the someone who is going to want to give you referral, then he accept that you should have some capability that there is a chance of getting you clear in the interview, because he also wanted, if I'm referring to someone, then there's a high chance of getting him into the passing the interview call and all.
yes. That also matters. So, if you before asking for any referral, just check if you are. I mean, if you have everything else, if you are ready with everything, and if you're having good projects and good skills and good everything, then ask referral. It's not like you're half prepared and asking for referral, and if you fail that, okay, it's fine failing the interview also, but at least you have to be ready 100%, and after that maybe you can ask your referral later. Yeah, first be 100% ready to the interview, then ask referrals.
So, what
Yeah.
is the last piece of advice you would give to anyone who is currently preparing for the for his placement and taking the context of the current recession scenario? What should be the advice you give to the students who are just going to sit in their placement?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the times are really bad now, but there are many hopes as well in the same time. So just, I would suggest, just be prepared anytime, yeah, anytime that I mean, you can get an interview call at any time. So just be prepared, and yeah, don't waste time, because nowadays, okay, leaving the relation also, we have many tools like AI. AI is improving, and and also the many, like people are using the AI tools, and now people can do one job. Now one person can do a job of at least three people. So that's where uh, competition increases now for the software developer. And yeah, so yeah, also the number of graduates, there are too many graduates passing out every year, and the job positions are also pretty low compared to that graduates. So yeah, just be ahead of everyone as you can. Also, don't think just keeping a mind of of your university or just of your circle. Just think big and think to the other uh, section of people also. So it's not just you in the competition; it's the whole world in the competition. So think in that way, and try to work on. And yeah, just be ahead of everyone. That's all I could suggest. And
Scenario. But before we end this episode, we have a very special round, which is a rapid fire round. And in this, I will be going to ask you like 4 to 5 questions, and you have to try to answer them as fast as you can answer. Okay.
yeah, sure. Yeah,
So,
sure.
ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is the biggest challenge you face after shifting to USA?
The biggest challenge I faced is, I mean, it's food.
So, what
Yeah.
describe your like? What is the biggest challenge you face in your Amazon journey, getting into Amazon?
Mm, I would say it's in Amazon. It's like yeah, the interview process only, the DSA questions. It's a really stressful thing. Yeah, that's a important. That's a major thing I faced.
One skill which you believe that every corporate person should have.
Mm, communication skills.
Your journey from getting into the Bennett to getting into Amazon in one word.
Mm, consistent.
What is the worst piece of advice you ever get from someone?
Uh, I don't. I don't usually get worst advice, but yeah, maybe it's someone who says you can't do it, just leave it. Things will automatically get into place. No,
Okay.
it can't. So you should work hard for anything, right?
So
Yeah.
thank you for joining us, Saman. So before leaving, you can contact Saman on his LinkedIn and if he's available on Instagram also. Are they available on Instagram?
Yep, I'm on Instagram. Yeah.
Okay, I just put the link in the description below, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video, and also let me in the comment section below what you learned from the summit. And if you have any doubt regarding to the placement, just comment me down below, and I'll just get answer all your question after asking from someone because I'm not that good in the placement part. Yeah.